Paddy, it's no good. They know where we are. Surrender.
Yes, it's the Benny Hill Show, with hosts of your all-time favorites, including the Swinging Crystal.
And to resist you I tried, but if I didn't continue...
Gorg and Zora.
Mrs. Gibson!
With her trombone, the lovely Marianne Faithfull. The duo Dino. Irene Gold Porter. And the lad himself, Benny Hill.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is not generally known that the island of Luana, or Polynesia to be Pacific, oh, God, has the largest female population in the world. When I say large, I don't mean numbers. I mean they are big. God, they are big! Oh, the pains are coming back. But the average size of the average Luanese woman is 52. 19, because nothing will grow in the shade out there. 38, but of course they are not everyone's cups of tea. But personally, I look at it like this. They make my wife look like a midget, because my wife's only about so high. And God, she is stupid. The other day they gave her the key to the city. She locked herself out. Thank God. But while I was in Luana, I had the pleasure several times of meeting the chief there and his 17 wives. 17, God, all that meat and no potatoes. And he was a funny little fellow, white hair and wizened old little gnarled hands, about 30. And he wrote a very beautiful song once, and it was only 4 verses long, and I have translated it into English. In English, it is called, "She was only a stockbroker's daughter, but everyone got his share." Please yourself. Well, he wrote these 4 verses, and before he could write the 5th verse, he got trapped in a revolving door with 2 hula-hula dancers. Big ones! And he was massaged to death. If you gotta go, that's the way to go, isn't it? However, I'm gonna sing his song. Now, there's only 4 verses, not quite cute. So here we go with his Luanese. On the beach in Waikiki, there lives a lovely maid who cannot keep her body still when her favorite song is played. But if you sing the chorus in Hawaiian, they say that she'll appear. Not only will she dance, but she'll give you her souvenir. Her song goes, "Uanane, ulawane, ulawane, na a e, ulawane, alama anane, ulawa no no ne."
Manuna.
Peter. No. Don't you know? Ronnie, a little bit quicker. One day she bought a book so she could learn to water ski. Then she spent a fortnight looking for a sloping sea. But when she hoovers in her long grass skirt, the excitement never stops. And all the farmers say they love the way that she rotates her crops to the tune of Waluale, Ulamane, Ulamata, Wanane. Companies are taking them and cover them with chocolate, drink a pint of milk a day. Ooh-wee.
Manuna?
Like a pigeon on a hot pavement. Love to see her in 3D. That's my room number. Third verse. We lay upon the sand one day beneath the cloudless skies. I brought her a crimson rose to match her bloodshot eyes. Oh, won't you get a little bolder, my shy young thing, I said. She got a little bolder and she dropped it on my head. Wanane, ma'anulane, ulawata, na ma'anane. All I want need, what we want is what it needs. Ulawata, na'e.
Manuna?
Reminds me, I must get some hot cross buns for you. Hang on to your hernia belts. Fourth and last verse, okay. She said, you give me half a crown and I will read your palm. Then she saw my love line went halfway up me arm. So now she's changed her prices, although she's just as willing. It's big fat men at £2.10 and little boys a shilling. Come on, kids, all right! Ooh, wa'ana'ane, ma'anu'ane, Islawa'ata'anu, wa'awa'awai, I Rimsky-Korsakov, go and get your knickers off, Stop! I know how you feel. Well, we got the 4 verses in. We won't disappoint them. I'll tell you what, I'll give you a roll on the drum. Manuna. Just a minute, what does Manuna mean?
It is what girls say to boy while walking through cowfield. She say, don't tread in Manuna.
In 1906, George Henry Blood was employed by Lord Denby as footman, gardener, and handyman. While Lady Denby's maid was a charming creature named Emily Turnbull. And on Sundays, George would entertain his lordship's guests on the flute, while Miss Emily played the virginal. She didn't fool anyone. So it came as no surprise to the village when on September the 15th, 1907, they became man and wife. Their honeymoon was spent in Bognor Regis. Emily christened her son Gavin after a sailor she once knew.
Ah, listen to him talk.
Aye, and him only 7 years old.
There's musical he is.
Aye.
1914, and George Blood was sent to fight in German East Africa. He never returned. Instead, he married a Ubangi lady and settled in the Congo. She was an intelligent girl, not just a pretty face. Heartbroken, Emily went to live at Frinton-on-Sea. Her many kind friends set up a fund to send little Gavin to Milan, or Paris, or anywhere.
After all, boys will be boys, n'est-ce pas? But you know, as a child, Gavin was a delicate, sensitive, a rather highly strung little boy. But at this time, he was helping me to write my musique pour la danse.
You're very sweet.
Oh, thank you very much. Very nice to say. Oh, pardon. But after that, you see, he began decomposing all by himself.
1939, and war clouds were gathering. In England, young men gallantly answered the call to arms. Gavin Blood was no exception. Gavin joined the crack 5th Foot and Mouth Regiment. At ports everywhere, soldiers embarked for the front. On the dockside, crowds were singing and cheering and laughing because they weren't going. Gavin soon instilled his love of music into others. Gavin was tireless in his efforts to entertain his fellow soldiers. Gavin was sent to Colditz prison, where his music and his piano were his only escape. 2 days afterwards, Germany surrendered and Gavin settled down in Vienna.
Schön. Schön, schön. You know, during the war, everybody here in Vienna was poor. I was poor, my wife was poor, the butler was poor, the maid was poor. But it was this poverty that brought all the people together. You would see advertisements in the newspaper saying, communist with a knife and fork wishes to meet capitalist with steak and kidney pudding. Bravo! Dankeschön. I think that Gavin Blood came here for the music. After all, where else but in Vienna would you find music like this, played with such style, with such panache? Where else would you find musicians? Like, will you shut your bloody mouth? But you know, seriously, I think that's a cause. Gavin's downfall was Maria, the opera singer. She, was that a woman? That's what everybody kept asking. Is that a woman?
In 1949, Gavin fell in love with opera singer Maria Carlo. It was her voice that first attracted him. But Maria was promised to Count Mantovani, a renowned swordsman. They were married on March the 15th, 1950.
Falling in love with love is falling a make-believe. Falling in love with love is playing the fool.
And divorced 3 days later. Disillusioned, Gavin returned to England.
He was a wonderful man. He was a wonderful man. Really. I mean, he could play anything. He was Neil Opperton Serenade. He would play Finkel's Cave or Overture of the Hebrides. He played that. I mean, the Four Indian Love Lyrics by Amy Woodford Bypass. And no soul to him. I mean, you could be in a pub with him all night long and you'd never even know he had a penny. He was a wonderful man. You used to say, I'll drink to my two favourite composers.
Mozart and Liszt.
No, he only drank shandy. And then he wrote this, what they call it, electronic music for the documentary about the new computerised postal service.
What happened?
He got lost in the post.
With the advent of pop, there was less and less demand for Gavin's kind of music. At the age of 62, overcome with remorse and chronic flatulence, he took to his bed, where he remained for 3 years.
Is Vicar gone yet?
No, and it wasn't the vicar, it was the doctor.
I thought he was a bit familiar for a vicar.
You've eaten your bread poultice again, haven't you?
Well, I was hungry, wasn't I?
It's time for his bed bath anyway.
I'm not having a bed. Get up. I'm not having a tuck me. Get on about a bit then.
Don't worry, old fellow. We'll have you on your feet in no time. Gonna have a job getting the coffin down these stairs.
Get off with you. I don't want to tuck in you. Go down.
Nurse, do it.
Oh, then. Oh, good.
And so, on May the 12th, 1974, Gavin Blogg died of chronic ecstasy. And so he never heard the brass band from the village where he was born, just outside Wedlock, play his tone poem, Bird of Freedom, which perhaps was just as well.
I say, Patrick, would you look at that? They want drivers and we can't drive, and they want typists and we can't type, and them over here, they want 3 fellers, and there's only 2 of us.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you now welcome, please, the enchanting Lee Gibson.
If you hear music when he's near you, and Christmas comes every day of the year, then you should know why. It's the first clue that the moment of truth is near. If every time he glances your way, a million bells start to ring loud and clear, and after one kiss you yell Mayday, then the moment of truth is here. There will come a day when he'll look at you, thrill you through and call your name. That'll be the day when you say I do, for you'll discover that you've grown tired of playing the game. And then you both know you're through dreaming. Oh, promise me starts to sing in your ear. You're wide awake, girl, you're not dreaming. For when you say I do, the moment of truth at last is here. There will come a day when he'll look at you, thrill you through and call your name. That'll be the day when you say I do, for you'll discover that you've grown tired of playing the game. And then you both know you're through dreaming. Oh, promise me starts to sing in your ear. You're wide awake, girl, you're not scheming. For when you say I do, the moment of truth at last is here.
Mama, I'm home, Mama.
Land sakes, girl, where you been all this time?
Mama, a strange man followed me all the way home.
How did that make you late?
He wasn't walking very fast.
Look, I'll put out them cookies you made, because guess what?
What, Mama?
You are gonna have a gentleman cola. A gentleman cola.
A gentleman cola. Big deal. Mama, you act like it's the first time it's ever happened. Well, I've had gentlemen colas before. Well, Mama, I can marry any man I please.
But you don't please any of them, do you? Look how you treated that poor note in short.
Power Noah and Short.
Mama, Norton Short was not a knower-mower man.
Owned his own drive-in movie.
So as he could look at the wall-to-wall carpeting.
He let the people over 70 in free.
Only if they was accompanied by their parents.
When he went away on business, were you faithful to him?
Mama, I was faithful to Norton Short several times. Elmer Brigg, holy cow, Mama, I seen a nice little engagement ring in a jeweler's window, and I said, Elmer, why don't you go buy it? And he did. Went straight by it. Now, Elmer was a nice boy. I liked Elmer Johnson, but you didn't like him because you said he was a city slicker.
He was a street cleaner.
Well, that's the same thing.
Baby, we just gotta get you a rich husband. We can't go on like this. So when he comes, please be nice to him for Mama.
Mama, it is not me that puts him off. It is you. Mama, do you remember when you had to drive Jed and me down to the clam bake? We were sitting in the back of the van sparking, and all you had to do was follow the white line down the center of the road. You had to go and follow a cow that was late for milking. When we got to the clam bake, you had to go and put an egg in your malted milk.
Well, lots of people have egg in their molded milk.
But not fried, Mama. And then when you seen Jed's poor grandpappy's tombstone there hanging on with that long piece of wire, you had to go and say, I see you got the phone put in. Mama, I have tried to love you. God knows I have tried to love you, Mama. Do you remember, Mama, when I was a little bitty baby? If ever I fell down and hurt my knee, I used to come to you, didn't I, Mama? And I'd say, Mama, can I have a cookie? And when I lost my teddy bear and my woolly panda and my little dollies, I used to come and I'd say, Mama, can I have a cookie? And then that day when my own dear, sweet, wonderful little pet skunk died, I came to you and I said, Mama, can I have a cookie? And not once did you bloody give me one, so you ain't having none of mine yet. I don't care, I'm taking them up Choctaw Ridge, because I like to eat them up there. Don't know why it's so quiet up there, it's like a graveyard.
Child, I never told you this before, but your daddy proposed to me on Choctaw Ridge. And when I accepted him, he was so excited, he had a heart attack and died on the spot.
Mama, do you realize what that makes me?
Yeah, and a mean one, too.
Now my fanny's broke. It is. Holy cow.
Miss Sister?
Why, I'd recognize that voice anywhere. Aunt Lucy. Lester, as I live and breathe.
Miss Sister?
Yes, Lester.
I'm afraid I'm going to have to leave your employ.
Leave my employ? In heaven's name, why?
You don't pay me no wages.
Why, Lester, you haven't even spent the $50 that we promised you last year.
It's just not for myself, Miss Sister.
It says here that it's come to my notice that my 3 daughters are all pregnant, and they claim that you are responsible. Is that true, Lester?
Yeah.
Lester, I do believe you're blushing.
Oh.
Lester, that is the 12th time that has happened this year, and it's only January the 4th.
Yeah.
Lester.
It's the doorman.
Oh, I do believe it is. Now, don't rush yourself. You better go and have a lie down. I'll answer it myself.
Yep.
Yeah, Bob. Hey, Mama! There's a skinny, ugly, 4-eyed, shrimpy little baldy boy want to see you.
And this nice gentleman would like to see you, too.
Wow, Mr. Arbuthnot, my, you look so immaculate, don't he, Sissy?
Yeah.
Oh, this is my daughter, Sissy.
Hi.
Not from here, you ain't.
Now, why don't you join Mr. Arbuthnot?
Why, is he coming apart?
It's a little warm for this time of the year.
It sure as hell is. Why, I'm sweating like a horse's armpit.
Do you know who wanted to marry my daughter, Sissy? Only the mayor.
He was corrupt.
I seen him in church on Sunday.
So did I. He crept into the crypt. Corrupt. And then he crept out again. Still corrupt.
But, Sissy, every man has his price.
But he gives green stamps, Mama. Holy cow, honestly, and eat. That's the first time I ever seen sparks come out of a knife and fork. And do you know another thing? One time he put his false teeth in upside down, ate half his head before we could stop him. You know, we used to call him Vesuvius on account of he was always belching and dropping ash all over the place.
I guess you two young'uns would like to be left alone.
Yeah, sure as hell would.
Why do you keep scratching yourself?
Because I'm the only one who knows where it itches.
Why didn't you marry the mayor?
On account of a name he called me.
What name was that?
Well, I don't rightly remember, but I know it began with the B.
Was it beautiful?
No, it wasn't beautiful.
Baby?
No, it wasn't baby.
It wasn't.
No, it wasn't.
And it began with a B.
Oh, I remember now. Honey. My, but you're an interesting and exciting little critter, ain't you?
I'm a little shy.
Well, ugly little four-eyed, skinny, baldy shrimp like you ought to have more confidence.
You don't got a terrible picture of me? I look like a monkey.
You should have thought of that before you had it taken. Oh, I got up. I saw the, yeah, I thought the other, yeah. Oh, ain't no two ways about it. You sure are ugly little critter, ain't you?
Well, I didn't ask to be born.
You didn't want to stay where you were, did you?
Did you now? No, I didn't.
Okay,
Sissy.
Someone left the gas on. What's going on?
What? I have a very important question I want to ask.
Then hold everything right there. Hey, Mama, I think we hooked the skinny little shrimp.
Mississippi. You know, my Martha has been gone 3 years.
She ought to be there by now.
But I've been faithful.
I think adultery's just as wicked as murder. Don't you agree, Sissy?
I don't know. Ain't never killed no one myself.
Mississippi, will you marry me?
Me? I thought you wanted to marry Sissy here.
What? That great ugly lump? I wouldn't kiss her with a set of bonnet lips.
Why, I have never been so insulted in all my life.
That's because you don't get around enough.
Why, of course I'll marry you. But what's going to happen to my little girl?
Don't worry about me, Mama. I know who I'm going to marry. Hey, Lester!
Child, are you out of your cotton-picking mind, marry Lester? Why, he can't read.
I know
And he
that.
can't write.
I know that.
And he can't even speak proper.
I know that.
Well, what in heaven's name can he do?
Come on.
Now, I expect you remember that last week's winner was Peter Potty and his performing pig. He will not, however, be going on to our all-winners show on February the 31st, as last week he had a rather lean week and had to eat the act. His place will be taken by the act that came in second, that very talented soprano from Cardiff, Arthur Treader. And so we come to our last act this evening. They come from British West Acton. They are all related to each other. They've done 2 combined performances on the Woolwich Ferry. And they've appeared in front of the President of the United Dairies And they are the versatile Bentwoods.
Right, and here we go!
Good evening.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Let's meet the family. Here is Uncle Jackie. Spoons and whistles on Here's 13-year-old Vera.
Uncle Joe!
Who tap dances with the right foot and tap dances with the other foot. Here we go. Let's meet Mother.
Come, get together. Let the dance floor feel your leather. Steps lightly as a feather. Let's all go. Let's all go. Relax. Let's all go. Relax. Got stuff tied up in a knot. Night is cold and the music's hot. Come, cuddle closer. Don't you dare to answer no, sir. Won't you bake a clock or grocer? Let's all go.
Thank you, Mother. That was right.
And let's meet the youngest member of the family.
Could I have a chair, please? Thank you. Why don't you throw it on? Hello, my little man. What's your name?
They call me Jolly Jack.
Tar?
You're welcome.
Never mind about that, then. Tell me, any more at home like you?
Yes, 3 brothers. Vladimir, Ivan, and Igor.
Tell me, were your parents Russian?
No, they just took their time.
Never mind about that, then.
Poor miss. If I told you you had a lovely figure, would you hold it against me?
Never mind about that, then.
I hope she never gets a cold in the chest. It won't want to go.
Never mind about that, then.
What are you going to do with that?
I am going to drink this beer.
And what am I going to do while you're drinking?
You are going to Don't do that. Oh. You are going to recite the alphabet. Recite the alphabet? Impossible! We'll soon see whether it's impossible or not. Right, ready? Off you go. Right, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. Well done. Who's that? That is Uncle Henry, the Wizard of the Wheels. There he goes. Oh, well. Never mind about that. On with the show. On and on. Here we go. Thank you. A little bit of magic now. A little bit of magic for the children. Right. That's the idea. Right, get off. Here we are. Here we are. Right. Don't worry, children. Quickness of the hand deceives that of the eye. Right, now here we go, and Mother and I are going to show you how to make that lovely toy, that lovely cat doggo, you know, that little toy there. It'll probably cost you quite a lot of money in any big store over Christmas with just a few little ordinary party balloons. Put it down, put it down. Put it down. There we are, there he has. There we have a nice, long, thin body. And all he wants there is his ears and lip. A few little party balloons. Here he gives him now a nice long straight body. I'll take a second. Oh! A few party balloons. Nice thin body. Fat little body. Right, hold it. Get me another one. Hold that. A few little party balloons. They have lovely toy. Probably cost you £5 or £6 in any of the big stores at the end of the road. There we are. There's the legs. There's the neck. Here's the back legs. All we want now is his front leg. Get me his legs. One thin one, thin one. One thin one, which he bends over for his thin one. Right. That's the idea. And there we have a lovely toy that would probably cost you quite a lot of money. There we have it. There we have it. That's a lovely toy. Right, on with the show!
Men cluster around her like moths around a flame. And if her wings burn, she's surely not to blame. I'm falling. I never wanted it. I can't help it. I need you. I hear the mission bells above. They're singing out a song of love. I bless you, bless you, and bless the day. When day is gone, I'll be
There we have the versatile Bentley. Now, are they going to beat tonight's winner so far, who is Happy Max with 107? Well, we'll soon find out as we go for marks for presentation, Ted Ray.
Well, you know, I come from a large family myself. Well, 14 of us, really. We used to put Mother on a pedestal. We had to keep her away from Father. But I must say I like the tiny fellow. Reminded me of my father, Arthur Askey.
Arthur Askey. He's a nice little thing.
Has he really? I didn't know that. No, I thought they were very good. Well done. And they should be. 9.
How about you, Mickey Most?
Yeah. Well, I thought their singing and their dancing was interesting and exciting, and the acting was quite nice, quite refreshing, actually, terrific. But, you know, I've handled them all. Beatles, I've handled them, and Milliken and Nesbitt, I've handled them.
And Kathy Kirby?
No, I've never handled them. I've never handled her. I've never represented her, you know. But I think they're a very good act. They should go a long way. The sooner they start, the better. 6.
Clifford Davis.
Well, now, I do know a little bit about magic myself. Now you see it, now you don't. Now you see it, now you don't.
Now you see it, now you don't. Sounds like a nudist rolling down a hill.
No, I thought perhaps the magician was perhaps just a tiny bit unlucky. I think if he'd have cut a lady in half, he'd have probably got the half that eats. But all in all, now, jolly good. I give them 9.
Tony Hatch?
Yeah, well, you know, I like to pose whenever I possibly can, but I don't know about in this case. I mean, that woman who sang, she had rather a peculiar shape for a woman, or a man, a camel. But, I mean, she could sing on What's My Line for a couple of hours and still fool them. It seems to me that she's trying to emulate Cilla Black. And I'm not absolutely sure that the world's ready for another Cilla Black. I'm not even sure they were ready for the first. True.
Right, now, well, that makes quite a lot. Yes. Now, marks for content, 10.
Well, I believe in life, liberty, and the pursuit of Raquel Welch. 10.
Mickey Most.
No, I'd only give him half that. 6.
Clifford Davis.
Oh, they were worth more than that. 4.
How about you, Tony Hatch?
2.
Well, that makes around 30. Well, somewhere around 10. Star quality.
Oh, I think definitely 6. 6, sorry.
Mickey Most? Well, I'd like to give the little old man 3, give the old bird 2, and the little blonde, I'd like to give her 1. I mean, I'd like to give her 1. I'd like her to have 1, like, you know, making 8 in all.
What do you say, Clifford?
I thought the contortionist was perhaps stretching things a little bit too far, but that's only one way of looking at it. All in all, a resounding success. Congratulations. Give them 3.
Tony Hatch, are you feeling any more generous?
Well, I got up at 7 this morning and I came here at 7 and it's 7 of them in the act, so I'll give them 2.
Making in all 101. So Happy Max is still the winner with 107.
Thank you. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Bless you. Thank you for joining us, and we look forward to seeing you all again very, very soon. Until then, bye-bye.